I'm dragging this morning. Ain't nothing but a gangsta party. Party. Oh, God. I need to work at Starbucks, man. I be trying to perfect this coffee. I be getting close though. Oh, I got some cold foam. Oh, we about to get percolated today. I'm gonna get this cold foam out. So, what you don't know is a lie. It is a lie. It's a lie. It is a lie. Like, it's so much. I can barely keep up with the a lot. Like, woo. Woo-wee. Well, if this is your first time here, welcome. Hi. I'm Cierra QueenPin Clark, coming to you loud, live, half asleep, but always in color, forever. Please like the video on your way in or out, being nosy, wondering what I'm going to talk about. Because you are not alone. I wonder that too. I wonder that too. These lives are unscripted for your entertainment benefit. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Or let me taste it without the cold foam first. Yup. Type shit. Yup, hold on, let me see. How do we open this? Is this gonna pop out like champagne or some shit? I think I've had this cold foam like when it first came out, but it's like whipped cream, but it's like for your coffee. It's whipped cream for your coffee. Look at us. All bougie and shit. Okay. They need to come out with a sugar-free one though. I know that would spoil the coffee people's fun, but you know, for us diabetics out there, it would be helpful. I wonder if I could just set this right there and it not fall. Hot dog, look at there. I need to clean my refrigerator out and I haven't, and you know, the things we procrastinate, right? Good morning, Mary Jane Doe. Mary Jane Doe. What up, Doe? You know, don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Like, you're going to need your notifications on because I never know when I'm going to go live. Ooh, that hit. Oh my God, that hit. Well, I hate to say it, but I told you so. I really do. I hate to say it. Oh, let me turn my notifications off because it's gonna be like ding 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 ding. Boys, I'm busy. Sometimes you gotta, you know, put them back in their playpen. Any hoodles. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah, I told you so. And what I told y'all, I told y'all weeks before it happened, or weeks before it went down. It was like early in the month and last month. I told y'all, I said, okay, y'all keep messing with elevated truth. Y'all keep messing with him. I said, okay, he ain't a killer, but don't push him. And y'all, what did y'all do? Push. Mm-hmm. And now R.I.P. to the bowl or whatever he broke. That shit was wild. Was y'all on kick last night? Let me know. Or y'all just don't know. Good morning in your country, because Philippines, it's like 8:39 p.m. Well, good evening in the Philippines. I've never been to the Philippines, but I heard it's beautiful from what I can see on Google. Oh my goodness. So, what did I do yesterday? Uh, the men came out and did the weatherization thing. That was fun. Then soon after they left, I finished up watching Days of Our Lives, and then I left to go to Walmart. The money order machine is still broken at I can say it, at the Walmart on Dale Avenue. Can somebody look at that? Thank you. So after I left Walmart, I was like, well, let me go get some cigarettes. So I went to go get some cigarettes. And then I was like, well, since I gotta go by the post office and get a money order for rent, let me just go by McDonald's. Story of my life, right? And I realized it's not the burger. The burger at McDonald's is not what hit. It's the fries and the sweet tea every time. Because I can eat the fries in the car and I can drink the sweet tea, and boop, you don't have low blood sugar no more, bitch. You can keep going as the super mom you are. That's the method of my madness, anyways. So I do all that, and then I come back, I put the groceries up, and I don't know if I'm putting the groceries up or I know Zion's about to come home, because I started watching Truth right before Zion, because I was gonna come home and take a nap. Like, I was gonna eat, because I got here at like 1 o'clock or so, and I was like, oh, I can take a little 2 hour, hour and a half nap, a little power nap, and something, I don't know what happened, but anyway, Truth was on. Somehow I ended up watching Elevated Truth. And I didn't get my nap. Truth, I'm gonna need my nap. You owe me a nap. You owe me some nap time. I need you to do a whole stream. You need to do a sleep stream. And you need to play some lullaby music that I like. Preferably all the slow DMX songs. Thank you. So, that was a lot yesterday. It was a lot. Like even after, what did I do the whole time? Zion came home. I thought I wasn't gonna cook. I thought I wasn't hungry, but then after a few hours, I had a fire in the hole. I smoked them because I got them, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna make chicken Alfredo. So I came down and made chicken Alfredo. He was still going. And I was like, whew, this is a barn burner. This is a hootenanny right here. But all jokes aside, man, I don't know if I ever had do I have my all chat on? Hold on. I don't know if I ever had heard, Truth's story in its entirety. And I mean, I knew he had a hard life, and I knew he grew up, a part of the community. I knew he grew up, with us. With my peoples, But I just didn't know like the extent of everything he'd been through, and I was like, man, no human should ever go through any of that. And a few times, like, I don't know if worried was the right word, but I was like, man, this shit that they have
brought him through mentally and emotionally, this shit is gonna leave a toll on this man. Like he is never, I mean, not that he should or that he ever had, but he is never going to trust anybody coming from the internet ever again. He is going to be super cautious about everything. If it has to do with like YouTube or live streaming or true crime or a case, you know? So there were tears shed, you know, on behalf of Elevated Truth for sure, because it was tough, you know, and I don't know about anybody else, but I don't know when men show their emotions, whether they cry or they rage out, it's more admirable. It seems more masculine to me. It doesn't seem like, you know, I know when boys are growing up, like when you have like, you know, toddlers and things and little kids, and when you're teaching them and they fall down and they have a little boo boo and they hit their knee, you supposed, you know, you tell them like, ah, don't you cry, shake it off. You know, you're supposed to, you know, toughen them up. But, you know, this was different. This wasn't a type of, you know, toughen up. Wasn't that. This was definitely not only his life, but what he's been through since the Sebastian Rogers case. This is something you would have to go and talk to somebody about, because, and flip side, the Sebastian Rogers case, the fuck, yo, I don't want to jump out the box and say what I said in my mod chat, right? But I'm definitely looking at all the parents even more with more speculation in my eyes. Like I don't trust nail one of you. Not Katie, not Chris Proudfoot, not Seth Rogers. I don't trust none of you. Not with Sebastian, I don't. If Sebastian would walk through the door right now at Chris and Katie's old place, right? I don't think I would trust. I don't think I would trust y'all to welcome him back home and take. I don't think I trust. You know, sorry, not sorry. Because something ain't cleaning the buttermilk, y'all. Have you ever heard somebody say some stuff? And the truth is always like this. No matter if he's talking about something serious or he's talking about something light. Truth will say something to his viewing audience. And my brain, it'll go through my brain. Like it'll go through all the channels of my brain, but it don't register until later. And I feel like Truth said a whole lot that we didn't catch. Because in the midst of him talking and me putting stuff together, it's like you ever see on like true crime stuff, documentaries and shows, mostly shows, like dramatizations or whatever, and they have that big like, you know, push pin board or a big, you know, just display, and they have pictures and articles and notes, and they have strings going from one thing, connecting that thing to that thing. That's what my brain was doing. I was like connecting all the dots. Like I was just, somebody did something to him. Yup. My brain was just, and I know I'm gonna have to refer back, you know, to that long, tough, emotional live that he did rightfully so. He had every right to be emotional and every right to set a tone for whatever it was, right? But I have a feeling I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to that because I missed. There were some puzzle pieces put together, and I'm too half asleep to I just woke up, so. But wow, there was a few moments I was like, is Truth saying what I think he's saying? And I think he was, unfortunately. Poor Sebastian. Man. Man, oh man, I had the hiccups. I had the hiccups last night. And it's crazy to me because, when the Sebastian Rogers, and maybe I'm just naive, maybe I haven't been hurt enough to know. But in the beginning of the Sebastian Rogers case, Chris and Katie and Seth, they all seem legit. But I'm beginning to put two and two together that this they was pulling a narrative. It's like we the viewers of YouTube. Like everybody has YouTube on their phone when they get it from the phone store or wherever y'all get your phones. Like it's a part of Google. It's already there, right? So I feel like all three of these parents were familiar with YouTube community, true crime community, crama. I feel like they sat back and they watched everything in Summer Wells and they're like, hold my beer. And I feel like they were working a narrative on every angle. Like, Seth went to these specific places and Chrissy and Katie went to these specific places. And they purposefully created a divide because chaos doesn't solve anything. I don't understand why people in true crime community always talk about how they thrive on chaos or they understand chaos. And I don't get that because chaos has no place in any kind of investigation. Anything that's investigative should be orderly and organized, in my opinion. That's why I don't want to come on here half cocked and cover a case unless I'm organized, even if it's just surface level information, But now I'm just talking, I'm just processing. Man. Shit, I might rage quit if there was something about a trash can. Man, that's low down to the parents and step parent of Sebastian Rogers. If y'all put that boy in a trash can, that's low down. Because he didn't deserve that. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what his issue was or what he have to deal with developmentally or whatever, right? Or socially or whatever. Because, My son can be socially awkward sometimes, but I ain't never looked at Zion as a problem. I ain't never looked at Zion as something I gotta fix, or I don't know, like how does a parent or guardian or step parent get to the point of diabolicalness, to the point to where the life that was made is that y'all decide it's not worth being around for whatever reason? And maybe I got the shit twisted, allegedly, hypothetically, whatever you want to say, right? Entertainment purposes, you know. Maybe I got my wires crossed, you know. Maybe I need to go rewatch. But and there's a lot of that going around. Even in the Summer Wells case, I feel like, and I'm gonna just say it because I mean, that's what y'all come here for. My thoughts, right? I've always felt like in the Summer Wells case, and I don't. This is not slander. This is just what I think. This is not defamation or any of that. Like, this is just what I think because this is what is given. Okay. I feel like when Dolly Vision and PJ Vision went to Ben Hill Road and they hung out with Don Wells and Candace Wells, I feel like Don Wells told Jimmy a lot that Jimmy has not said yet. And I think Jimmy is dragging that shit out for views. He's not the type of person that just come out and just spill his guts and put it all on a table on Front Street. If he know or whatever, don't know, whatever, right? Like he's not that type. He'll tell you what he think or what he thought when he first met him and what he thinks since he met him, and now that they didn't falling out, what he rethink and this, that, and the third. And nah, I think when it's time for Dolly Vision to retire from this YouTube shit, if shit, he might be 100 years old doing this shit. Who knows? But whenever that happens, I feel like he's gonna have like one of those deathbed confessions. Like, he's gonna be like, yeah, Don told me what they did this summer. We're gonna be like, oh my God. But I just couldn't he gonna have one of them deathbed confessions type shit. That's what I felt like. And I kind of feel like Truth broke that pattern because for the longest time, we've all, in the true crime community, there's been people who get involved in people who are involved in true crime cases, right? Like victims' families and yada, yada, yada. And I feel like Truth kind of broke the mold. Like, because normally you would play it out. I mean, of course, you would tell law enforcement if you knew anything, but as far as being a content creator, you would hold some things back and kind of breadcrumb it, for views. That'd be smart, right? But what Truth did, I don't think y'all caught the significance of it. Like, he held that shit in and held that shit in as much as he could, and then he just let it go. That was powerful. And that's something Dolly Vision will never do unless it's his last live stream, you know? But it's like, even rethinking about everything that happened on the live, and Truth is right about one thing. Y'all have never seen anybody passionate before. Y'all have never seen anybody who just can't take it no more, you know? Um if y'all think Elevated Truth's display of various emotions was over the top or uncalled for or, you know, staged or performative or whatever word you want to put, whatever adjective you want to put on it. If that's what y'all think, then y'all would think my family is scripted. Y'all would think, because that's how it is. You know, that's how it is. If it's just me and Zion here, you know, Zion is very passionate when he wants to talk about certain topics or certain things going on in current events, and so am I. And the most passionate of all of us, my brother. You know, so it can be jarring if you don't see that on an everyday basis, but you know, I did at one point. So I guess I'm used to it, right? And my dad was kind of like that too. But I feel like we put it all together. And if there's some armchair detectives out there, y'all should go to Kick and rewatch. I know it's a 6 hour live, but you know, go towards the middle, I guess, and figure it out, because if you don't do it today, I'm pretty sure the people that matter, law enforcement, searchers, the FBI, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're definitely watching the replay. And I don't think half of the people, I mean, maybe they did, because like I said, I don't think y'all caught what he said. He was like, why do you think Chris Proudfoot searched me out? Was asking people specifically for me. And the answer to that has to do with what Elevated Truth has been through. And maybe Sebastian has too. We'll say it like that. Because there's a reason why Elevated Truth was drawn to this case. And yes, Elevated Truth and Cluminati, yeah, they came out of nowhere. I get that. But the way that Sebastian Rogers case is set up and the way they executed that is diabolical. And my question is this to the true crime community, like, how is it that, you know, these families of true crime can pull the wool over the true crime community's head? Like, are we dense? Like, are we slow? Because it makes sense. I don't know. One, my head is itching. I fell asleep. Side note, I fell asleep in my wig and in my makeup. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't know what the plan was, but I was toking the whole time watching Elevated Truth. And then I came down here and got the munchies and made chicken Alfredo. And then I got the itis real bad. And I laid down, but then I was like, oh, nope, can't lay down because you're 40 and you'll get heartburn. So I sat up again and then I started watching YouTube Street. Shout out to those guys. Those guys are cool. They are, man, they as real as can be, ain't they? I don't know what it is about doing time that it makes you a real deal Holyfield. You know what I mean? Man. And so I was listening to that the whole stream. And that's fucking AS, man. You know, I watched AS's live stream. It came on. I don't know what I was watching before, but it automatically, went to allegedly speculating and her crying and showing shit. And I was trying to fix the monitor and get the monitor to turn back on, so I wasn't really paying attention. But she was in the background, and I was just, I don't always have to be in a chat, right? Or to be known or whatever. But I was sitting back listening. I was just like, man, girl, what did you expect? Like you didn't play the tape out. Like I don't know if it's this community or if it's being on YouTube or what, but it's like these grown ass people don't know how to play the tape out. They don't know how to think ahead of themselves. Like, let's be real. Let's be honest. Okay? In my early days of YouTube, when I had like 500 subs, 600 subs or so, the thought had crossed my mind to not buddy up, but buddy up, to conversate, to befriend Dawn and Candace Wells, specifically Candace, because she seemed like she more, nigga sensitive. Dawn will fucking get pissed off, and then next thing you know, I'm the nigga he got a problem with. So I didn't, but with Candace, I was like, man, I could talk to Candace, But something always stopped me because I was just like, soon they say some weird shit, I might go off, And y'all know, I struggle with holding water. I can't keep a secret. I tell y'all everything. So I never did because I don't know. I didn't want to get a bias on the case, and I just didn't want to be associated with those people for real. But not everybody liked me. Not everybody can play the tape out. And I had to do that a few times. Like, a few times, not just with Dawn and Candace Wells, but with other people that are involved in true crime cases. I then thought, man, I should be friends. Shit. A perfect opportunity in the Summer Wells case fell in my lap. I don't know at what points in my YouTube journey, but I had got close or in correspondence with Ziggy. And Ziggy's awesome. I don't know about too much of what she know, but as far as me chit chatting with her on Messenger, she's cool. She's cool people. She's regular, But I could have took advantage of that situation and been fake with her, and try to extract information through her from Fred Hill, and befriended, and got close to them, and but that's fake. I don't want to. I don't want to be fake. Like So I kind of just left it as it was, and I speak to Ziggy in passing, but these typical YouTubers in this sector of true crime, they wouldn't have done that. They would have gotten close to Ziggy. They would have gotten the phone, gotten personal phone numbers, and all that. I don't know. I've seen how it affects not only the creator, but I've seen how it affects their content. Because whatever narrative the people involved or the families of true crime, whatever narrative they want to push, or things they want to say or get out or want the world to know, the creator feels obligated to push. Case in point, my homie, White Boy Radio, he got close to Don and Candace Wells, and you can see how that changed the narrative of his content. Not saying that he was disingenuous or false or anything like that, but there are some effects. The same with Dollar Vision. He met Don and Candace and came back and told us, I don't think they did it, guys. I think it was an accident. And now you click on one of his lives and he up there talking, I think this was premeditated. Nah, shit. You really don't? You really think it's really? Huh? How did you get to that? Getting too close to the families will definitely cloud your judgment and cloud what you will pay attention to. Details and clues and parts of the story and timelines. So, yeah, I hope Truth keeps that live stream up, because I definitely want to rewatch what he was putting down so I could put some things together for my own true crime curiosity. To see if the parents and step-parents of Sebastian Rogers are as deplorable as I think they are. And then on the flip side of that, Chris and Katie up here playing Bop It with fucking creators and shit. Twist it, bop it, pull it, flirt it, lick it, stick it. Like what kind of freak nasty Illuminati sex ritual is this? This is not in the Freemason handbook. It don't say nothing about that. I got one. What part of the game is that? So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. So there's nobody in Hendersonville, Tennessee that y'all would rather crack than some YouTube creators. They ain't got no swingers club in Tennessee or nothing y'all can go to. Y'all can't just go to the bar. I mean, I don't understand. That is crazy work. To put elevated truth in the position, in the uncomfortable position, because you can tell that man love his wife. with every fiber of his being. And Katie up here trying to play footsie. Nasty. Does she not realize this is about her son? I'm gonna let you know something, Katie. Just in case you ever come across this, I'm gonna let you know something. When my son was in the hospital, you know, there were people working at the hospital that knew me or that I dated or, that I had laid down with at one point in time because Roanoke is small. It's a small world here. And, I had an opportunity to relieve some stress, to break one off. I had an opportunity to do that while, I was in the hospital, going to get something to eat at the cafeteria and stuff. Men, how men do. They pull you off to have a little conversation and then you realize, But because my son was in distress, I didn't feel like cracking nothing. The fact that you could even talk like that and to even work that angle is crazy. Because I don't know about any other mother, but if my child is in distress, I'm in a mood of prayer and fasting. You know what I mean? Like I'm in a scared state of mind. Literally. And figuratively. It's like talking to me is like coming to the temple because I'm in constant prayer. I don't know. These different parents cracking nothing. When my son was in distress and he was in the hospital, I wasn't even concerned about washing my ass. Less on letting somebody tap that ass. You feel what I'm putting down? So that tells me right there that whatever bond and feeling you had for Sebastian was gone. You'd already dealt with that. you had already grieved, cried, relieved yourself of the burden, and came on and play on the internet with YouTube creators to run a narrative so Joe Public wouldn't look at the three of y'all, Seth included, as whodunit. You got us all up here looking around at the gas station, looking at all of passing out flyers. For what? And I always thought, I know I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna. I always thought when Seth was out there struggle searching, with his big ass, struggle searching, when, with TikTok Tony, rest in peace. I always thought that shit was lackluster. I was like, I know he a big boy, but he don't seem like he want to do this. He don't seem to. You know how frantic I would be? People would have to tell me to drink water. Sit down for a second. Smoke a cigarette. Drink some water. Breathe. I would overexert myself. in the panic of it all. Yep. So something ain't cleaning the buttermilk, guys. And the fact that true crime can happen, whether it's a person go missing, somebody, gets unalive, murdered, whatever, and the families of the victims can come and play fast and loose with the true crime community, that tells you right there where our credentials are at. They're dirt level. Shit. The cast of SVU Special Victims Unit, Law and Order Special Victims Unit got better detective skills than YouTube true crime community. Because anybody can sleuth. Anybody can run a name, run a phone number, check a location. Anybody can do that bullshit. Y'all be sleuthing. Look at a Facebook page, sleuthing, right? But that armchair detective part, y'all suck at that. Because they played in y'all's face. All of our faces. And because the majority of the community went along with said play, so did everybody else. So did I. I was like, okay, cool, Team Chris and Katie. But shit, now now it's Team Sebastian. For real. And shit. Elevated Truth is probably the only one that was on Team Sebastian. Genuinely. Like, it's almost a joke now. Like, it's almost a joke when you say, like, when I'm out in the real world and people be like, oh, you're in the true crime community? Yep. I'm already prepared for the ridicule. I'm already, and I have no explanation. I have no comeback to that. Like, I have to down, like, okay, there's a little bit of drama. No, there's a lot of fucking drama. And a lot of people go real life. Speaking of going real life, a lot of people try to go real life on Elevated Truth, and this is a message. And Jones is the homie too. I still find qualities in Jones, and she reminds me of some of the girls I went to high school with. But Nonsense, Jones, and J for Justice, I don't really know her like that. But them three. I just don't get the point. Like, I don't get the point. It's like, as soon as Queen Bee started covering Brittany J, it's like them three decided, no, let's fuck with Truth. Let's go real life on Truth. And there's some people you can do that. You could go real life on some people allegedly, and they'll just brush it off. Or they'll cower in the corner and, be all timid and, oh no, and cover their head and brace for impact, But then there's people like me in Elevated Truth. Like people don't go real life on me because they already know I'm crazy. I'm a lunatic. I'm psycho. I'm a Clark. That alone should tell you. Don't push me. I wish somebody would. I wish somebody would. If somebody showed up here about that smoke, ready to go, Imano, that would almost make my day. Almost. I mean, I'd be kind of mad because, it might rip my wig off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't want to do the hood shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be kind of like, ugh, I broke a nail. Now I got to redo my nails. Like little shit like that would annoy me. But nails and a wig and you fucking up my appearance. Oh no, that's not gonna stop you from getting your ass whooped. Don't get it twisted. Just because I lost one fight, don't get it twisted. I lost one fight. I didn't tell you how many fights I won. It's different when you took off guard. But if it comes to you head on and you expecting this shit, game on. Put your dukes up. Square up. Because I told y'all, elevated truth ain't a killer. But don't motherfucking push them. And by the looks of it, y'all had elevated on the edge of the cliff, ready to push them. But what he been through was like, it's like a parachute. Like you can push him, but he gonna come back and get that ass. You know what I mean? Am I making sense, Mary Jane Doe? Let me know. And I've had people, shout out to PCT. I've had people tell me they was gonna come whip my ass, and I laugh because I chuckled. I said, "Okay, do it. Come on. I like to see you try." My goofy ass, even though I think she's taller than me, everybody taller than me. My goofy ass will take this chair I'm sitting in right now and take it outside and stand on it and whoop your ass so I can be eye to eye with you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure there are a few other content creators who would like to go real life with me. But they don't. And that's a wise decision. They don't. They say they do, they posturate like they're gonna, but they never do. You wanna know why? Because they know better. They know what's coming after that. I wish a motherfucker would. Right. Live by the I wish. Yes. I think Elevated Truth held more restraint. Because he held hella restraint. Because y'all would be hot. Let somebody tell me they're gonna do something to Zion. I tell you what, me and my brother be. Come outside. I don't care what flight it is. I don't care how much coochie I gotta sell to pay for the flight. I don't care. I don't care about morals or none of that. I don't care about people talking about Cierra go real life. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about nothing they gotta say on the internet. As soon as you threaten me and mine, come outside. You know? That's just the way I feel. That might be wrong. That might be unacceptable in this community. But I don't care. And elevated truth shouldn't either. Elevated truth has risen the bar on the code of conduct in the true crime community. You know? I mean, he had a wild way of going about it. I mean, you didn't have to break. Did you break a glass piece, man? I was so mad when I was like, man, did he break out? I thought he broke. I think he broke a bong or something. I was like, damn. And then after he broke it, I was like, he gonna regret that. And then when he moved, I saw the floor fan, and I was like, that's ghetto. I was like, you got a hood trap house floor fan? Okay, now elevator, you didn't got money now. You could get a nice fan. But no. Can't take the boy out the hood, can't take the hood out the boy. He then went and got a Walmart mainstay floor fan. $14.99. Shit, I think I don't even have a floor fan. I don't. I have an oscillating stand up, stretch out fan that stands up. That blows it all up, in the mid-air, or you can tilt it and it blows on the ceiling, kind of. I'm gonna have to start a GoFundMe to get him a better fan now. Jesus. Maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe it's just nostalgia. I'll leave his fan alone. And I don't never think he's gonna see my comments. I don't know why. Like I still think I don't, like, I still operate like I have 60 or 100 subs. Like my brain hadn't caught up to the almost 2K subs. So when I say stuff and then the creator says it back to me or comments back, I just, it makes me laugh. It makes me just roll around on the floor in humorous bliss. Because I'm like, oh shit, he hurt me. But man, how dare y'all? How dare any of y'all to push truth to that point? You could tell he was struggling. You could tell he did not want to be emotional and he did not want to cry on that live. He was struggling with that. And I was like, man, ain't nothing wrong with, like, shit. Feel how you feel. I don't, if I see anybody making fun of you crying, shit, nigga, I got your 6. I will go in the chat and rain down on people. I will get blocked from nonsense. I think I'm subscribed. I will get blocked from Jones and nonsense. I will go to bed. I will whoop Big Worm's ass. I said it. Big Worm ain't got shit on me. Okay. Yeah. She probably gonna clip that. It's cool. You can clip it, Jones, and it's fine. Have it. Put it in the super chat. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh, God. Wild, ain't it? Let me refill some of this coffee. Quiet as it's kept. The queen pen is trying to have some regularity this morning, and I don't got no motion. Maybe I need to drink some water. Maybe I need to eat one of them yogurts. I don't know why. I need to figure it out. I need to figure something out. Shit. Chris, Katie Proudfoot, and Seth Rogers got me fucking backed up. Stressing me out. And don't you hate it? Don't you hate it? Like, we spend all this time and we watch First 48, Cold Case Files, Unsolved Mysteries, and shit ain't never solved. Even some of the Law and Orders and stuff, shit don't always be solved. Sometimes it's open, and ongoing stuff and documentaries and trials got to happen and all this. And even when you come to real life, and you come to where it's not dramatized and it's not like a Netflix thing or a TV special or whatever, like Law and Order or Dateline Dateline's real, but it's like even the real life, like Summer Wells and Sebastian Rogers case, it seems like there's no closure. There's no solution. There's no, we ain't never gonna find them type of shit. Like, I don't think that should be a thing. I hope I live through the day to where I can tell my grandkids what happened to Summer Wells and what happened to Sebastian Rogers, I hope I can clearly see a conclusion of those cases and not let it be cold, like, like a true crime drama series or something. Like we're on a real life cliffhanger. That's stupid. But enough with that. Now let's talk some shit, shall we? Lean in. Talk shit time. Talk shit time. I think it's funny how this is gonna be for PCT because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck if you're tired of hearing me talking to you. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. And this is what I've noticed. In one of those lives, one of those many, many ridiculous lives that Paper Cut Tina made about me, right? She said, "Oh, Cierra doesn't have content. It's because she has to talk about me because she doesn't have content." Well. I would like to take this moment to reveal neither do you, bitch. I might not have a thing or a script or what I'm going to say laid out in notes, Miss Paper Cut, Paper Plane. But I can freestyle it because I'm black like that. I can just go off the cuff, I can freestyle to the beat of silence. But looking at the surface level at your channel and by the views, it looks like if you didn't have them cats, you wouldn't have content. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Looks like that was projection, eh? Yeah, we're just going to rotate these haters. We're just going to rotate them. In other news, in other gossip, PJ seems to be in good spirits. That's good. She's been in good spirits the last few days. So whatever Jimmy doing, he doing a good job. Keep it up. Very positive. Very positive over there on the PJ Visions. Very laid back. She's damn near likable, except for the fact that she was sticking up for, she was white knighting for, as I like to say, she was white knighting for allegedly speculating. You guys are doing too much. Enough is enough. Leave allegedly speculating alone. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Hey, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Hello. How about don't be associated with chomos? How about that? Some of y'all wouldn't fare well in prison. Y'all wouldn't make it. Y'all wouldn't. I mean, shoo. Because I don't know if I'm the only one here. Probably not. But I feel like, so what? So what? She getting trolled. So what? You know, I don't go around threatening people or sending death threats or whatever. Or she feels scared. She should be. The fuck she thought this was? She don't work for NBC News. She don't work for Dateline NBC. She not doing an official media interview. She don't have protection like that. Like, who the fuck she thought? What the fuck she thought she was gonna catch a predator or something? He already caught. He in the box. I don't know. Mingling with predators. Well, I'm sure PJ can sympathize with the whole mingling with predators. I'm pretty sure she you know, she felt sorry because it's almost like, how people, you get a flash, like people say, "Oh, my life flashed before my eyes." I'm pretty sure when she was watching, allegedly speculating Boohoo cry over the dumbass check her ass cashed, fucking with Stephen Stearns, PJ, her whole life flashed before her eyes. And then she realized, oh my God, if this shit goes south, people are gonna realize that I just be living with the chomo on the property. And this is what I'm gonna get. Oh my God. You know? So what do you expect her to do? She played right to the script. She played right to the note. Of course she gonna be like, y'all leave allegedly speculating alone. Of course you would say that. Of course you would, because you can see you have felt like that. You have felt like, why y'all picking on Ice? He not right in the head. He didn't. Give me a fucking break. If somebody not right in the head and they do something heinous to their own family members or a minor in general, then those people should be locked away from society. Whether it's in prison or in a mental facility. Not residing on a comfortable property that you want to move your daughter into. I hope he proposes when you go to the Bahamas, because you are doing a whole lot of stand by your man and his chomo brother. You're doing a whole lot of that. So I hope, Jimmy, you're gonna have to get down on one knee, because if you don't propose at the Bahamas, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what we're waiting on. I'm hoping. I hope this happy mood is just the result of some good dick. And she about to get her ring. She about to be like, I's married now. I hope. But if this girl come back from the Bahamas and she not Mrs. Williams, I am going to crash out, Jimmy. I get mad, but then I get mad for her, like in behalf of her, but then I'm also mad at her because I'm like, you ain't got no right message, wrong messenger. Like, okay, I get it. Don't bully people. I get it. But you ain't got no room to talk about allegedly speculating, ma'am. You ain't got no room to talk about any chomo activity. You know? And she said, what did she say in her video? She said, would I do something like that? Yeah. I might. Bitch. You shouldn't. You a mom. You shouldn't. You shouldn't even think. You shouldn't even. What do you mean? The fuck? Did she just say? Like, yesterday before Elevate Truth came on, I was just like, did this bitch just say she would talk to a chomo to get information on a fucking case, bro? Like, y'all ain't got no other avenues of detecting. Like, y'all ain't never thought like maybe y'all could, cozy up to the court clerk, or I don't know. Shit, go full rat, go full Takashi 69, cozy up to the police officer, cozy up to 12. Shit, get some info, get some inside tips, get some off the record shit. Y'all gonna go straight. Y'all gonna go straight for the criminal, eh? Y'all gonna go straight for the chomo, eh? I don't know what it is about that shit that got y'all so. It's not morbid. Well, in Stephen Stern's case, it's morbid curiosity, but why is y'all curiosity fucked up when it comes to chomos? Like, I'm never curious about a chomo. I never wonder what they think about. No. I never, whatever the case files say and whatever is on Wikipedia or Google or whatever is laid out in court documents, if you FOIA the whole thing, like whatever's laid out right there is what the fuck happened. You know what I mean? Forensics and shit. I don't need Stephen Stearns to break the shit down to me, or I don't need to flirt with him to figure out any extra shit. Like, I don't see what was she gonna figure out. Like what was there to figure out? Like, what do you mean? When it comes to the abuse of children, that's one thing I would have a hard problem with if I was in law enforcement or a detective or FBI or anything, even a lawyer. If my client said some crazy shit to me as a lawyer, whew, I don't know if I could keep it professional. Like, I don't know if I could. I don't know. That would be hard. Because I might right hook you. I might just pow in the kisser. What'd you say? I don't think you heard yourself. Been in the bushes. Sierra, you are running for winging alive. Even better than Maine. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Y'all still fighting. Y'all still fighting. Oh, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting for y'all to get back together again. This is a long divorce, Lionel. This is really long. I'm not used to this long. Normally y'all would have been back together by now. What do we got to do? Do we got to set the mood? We gotta light some candles, turn off the lights, let the friendship, like maybe we need to, when I get my monitor together, maybe we need to have a Lionel and Team Rose date, get the love back, get the good times and the laughs back. Because y'all letting these sides get to you, in my opinion. Shit, y'all need to take a note from y'all need to take notes from me and Mary Jane Doe. Shit. It's always a party of me and Mary Jane Doe in the building. Shit, don't matter what going on. Yeah, I figured I'd come on here and just give my 2 cents on the fuckery. That's what it is. It's some fuckery for sure. Because yikes. They're just allegedly speculating. They're just some shit. I don't even know who you are. I don't even know your name. I don't even think I've ever been to your channel except for when it clicked over, right? It redirected to your shit. But there's some things in life you should just expect backlash from. Like, if I would have befriended Dawn and Candace Wells, and I'd have been up there at the holler shooting guns with Candace and Dawn, and having Dawn call me the N-word with the hard ER and been cool with it, guess what? There are side effects and repercussions to that. A lot of Black people would have a problem with that. A lot of people would call me a sellout. A lot of people would call me an Uncle Tom. There's just, I don't think she thought this all the way through. Maybe she was just, sometimes when you start seeing the numbers go up and you see the views go up and you have a certain number of followers, you think you're bigger than your britches, right? And you don't play the tape out as, making the right moves. And I don't know, as grimy as this community is, maybe this was someone else's idea and they convinced you to do it. Don't ever let no, because I kind of feel like that. I kind of feel like she maybe had some friends and she's spit out an idea like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I buddy up to, Stephen Stearns and get some information? Woo. And her friends was like, yeah, girl, you should. Whoever told you that was a good idea, they not your friend. Because I know damn sure. I think I have told Sassy before. I think I've told her before. I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to try to talk to Don Wells, or, I'm going to flirt with Don Wells, or I'm going to flirt with Candace or something. I'm going to see if I can get an interview with somebody. That would work out great. That'd be great for views. And I'm pretty sure Sassy was like, you're sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Jara. A flat tire. Positive note. I got to watch you while waiting for AAA. Oh, oh, dang it. I got one of those automatic like you turn the car on and you put it in the cigarette lighter. It's one of those like air pumps. I got one of those, so I just pump my tire up when it looks low. I probably need new tires eventually. I don't even want to think about it, but I do that. So if I didn't have that little air pump thing, I probably would have. I probably would have went low. I probably would have went flat a few times. But my God. I think the people that I have said I wanted to buddy up to the Wells or whatever early on. I think I think a lot of people were like, "Sierra, I don't think you can do that." And I always reply laughing because I'm always like, "Yeah, you're right." Cause as soon as Don called me a nigga, as soon as Don come out his mouth, me and Don be in the front yard fucking scrapping, boy. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. There's a huge bolt that threw out completely. No pumping this up. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. Hopefully they're not long. Let me go. I wonder if I have toilet paper down here. Every time I talk a lot in the morning, it's like my nose is always like, I must be snoring when I'm in the bed sleeping. I must be calling the cow. Shit. One thing Dolly Vision did get right, he went to that sleep study. I need to go get one done. I just don't like people watching me sleep. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I know I'm asleep, and I am a YouTuber, and I have thought about doing a sleep stream before, but I just feel like, you know, I feel like when I sleep is when I'm spiritually at my best. I'll say that. I do a lot of fuck shit in my dreams. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I know that's right. You trying not to work and I'm trying to find work. Man. It's like my monitor is not cutting on, and I'm just like, of course, that would fucking happen. As soon as I'm trying to do all, job searches and figure out a career. Surprise, guys. I'm not just a YouTuber. I'm a full-time mom, but now that my son is older, I need to, you know, figure out life. He's almost 18 now. He can live here as long as he need. He can live with me as long as he need to. It's not like that, but I definitely need to figure out a game plan, and I might monetize soon, in the near future, because let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest, like you know, I'm pretty sure they still drug test for THC in Virginia. So there's that. And it sounds all great when you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go get a job." And it sounds all great, if you're training or going to school for a certain job, but then you turn around and you gotta pee in that cup. I'd never lie, you know? So I don't know. I don't know. I just maybe I need to work under the table or something. I don't know. I hear voices outside, so I'm being nosy. That's what we're doing right now. I'm nosy. And there used to be like mad cats around here when I first moved here. It's like when I first moved here, all the cats, I feel like all the cats from my old apartment followed me over, or their homies, like, was like, welcome. But they didn't like fuck with me. They were just, around. They wouldn't let me pet them, none of that. Had babies on the porch and everything, but none of that. I mean, the babies let me touch them, but not the mama crazy ass. So, but now I don't see cats. I don't hardly see no cats. So I guess maybe they got picked up by the animal cops. they in the pen for real. Let me see if there's any other tea I can scrounge up in my brain. So we're doing a job search, job training, might get monetized. Look forward to all those things. All those endeavors, whatevers. And man, I hope Elevated Truth was kind of late, but to say this, but I hope his stream yesterday was therapeutic, beneficial. He said he hasn't gotten no relief from it, but hopefully by this morning it's a little brighter. The world's a little brighter. Because that was some tough stuff. Especially sympathizing with Sebastian Rogers. Because he's been through it. And the way he hadn't said this to nobody, and maybe I'm psychic, but Elevated Truth seems like the type of dude, the type of guy, right? That if they found Sebastian alive and well today, and all three parents were involved, right? And they were like, well, he's got to go to the system because, his parents are all incarcerated, going to trial, right? Elevated Truth seems like the type of guy who would adopt that young man and give him a fighting chance, a chance that he didn't have. So, F Sebastian, which I doubt, unfortunately, but F he's out there. That's what I would figure out. Just like your stepdad hunted down Elevated Truth, I would hunt down Elevated Truth if I was you. Because he seems like he would understand what Sebastian had to deal with as far as health, developmentally, If I was a judge, that's what I would do. I would put Sebastian with Elevated Truth. But that's wishful thinking, right? Because I don't think Sebastian is around. And it's crazy because I don't know if I ever told this story, but when the Sebastian Rogers case broke, my son, when he first went missing, my son was in the hospital, right, with autoimmune encephalitis from the flu type B. It was very serious. Didn't know if my son was going to make it. And I was before the hospital and during, I was in there and I didn't have my headphones for a few days because, it was like a panic thing, So before I got my headphones, I was just playing YouTube just out in the hospital room just because I didn't want to watch TV or I wanted to keep up with what was going on. I wanted to take my mind off or whatever. in between catching sleep and, you know, doing what moms have to do, right? Feed, clothe, and bathe, right? Because it's at one point in time he couldn't do for himself, you know. So I had to feed him and bathe him, as big as and tall as he is. So when I was listening to everything on the Sebastian Rogers case, I think it was the first time he did the spinal tap. He came out of anesthesia, and it was later on that evening because they had done it in the morning, but he was still, you know, coming off the meds and stuff, right? And he would Zion would look at me dead in my face. He'd be like, "Mom, are they still looking for Sebastian Rogers?" There's like he would just say it straight, like, "Mom, Sebastian Rogers is dead." And I'd just be like, "No, don't say that. Like, no, we gotta have hope. We gotta look, you know, they're gonna look. People are searching, you know." I would always be positive. And even now, like when he hears it, you know, and I'm playing and I'm listening to stuff on Sebastian Rogers, he'll just be like, "Mom, he's not with us." And I don't know how he know that, or I don't know how, or maybe kids sense that, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he has like some sort of intuition. I don't know. I don't know, but I would hate for that to be the case. Right, Chris and Katie? Seth? That would be unfortunate. Man. Mm-mm-mm. Because it could have been the other way, you know? I mean, shit, you could drop him off at a fire station. I mean, leave him in the middle of a hospital, anything, like, you know, alive and well, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, unharmed, just leave him. That's better than doing something heinous to anybody, you know? And I don't know where the parental delusion comes from, because when I got pregnant and I had my son, I always knew if I couldn't do it, or if my mental health went downhill, or whatever the reason or excuse, right? Whatever it is, I always knew I had options. Like, I always knew, you know, at that time, I always knew that, you know, he has his dad, you know, and he still has his dad's family and stuff. So I always knew, like, I didn't have to carry the burden myself, and um that for whatever reason, if I couldn't do it, someone else would for me until I was able to. You know what I mean? Like, that never crossed my mind to take someone's chance of life or a life away, or, you know, do something heinous. That's got something. You're in SR finish finish line now. SR, SR. You're in the Sebastian. You're in the Sebastian Rogers. You're finish line now. Oh, senior. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's in his senior year. Yeah. Yeah, my son is in his senior year. Yep. Go Patriots. I had to think for a minute. I was like, what team are we on? Because he went to the other school in ninth and 10th grade. Well, ninth grade, actually. So, yeah, senior year. It's happening. Oh. he's so shy and he's so like timid and a little socially awkward. He said, "Mom, I'm not walking on graduate." He didn't want to walk for his graduation. And I'm like, "No, you got to walk. No, you can't take that from me." I was like I went totally like I was almost about to cry. I was like, "No, no, you're walking. You're going to walk. I'm going to make you walk." I'm sure he will when the time gets closer, you know. But he doesn't want to go to prom. He didn't want to go to prom last year either. So, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because he's scared of rejection, you know, scared to ask, um, a girl out to prom or whatever. What does he want to do after graduation? Oh, well, he's in auto mechanics in school. He's been taking that for the past 3 years. He was really interested in it the first year, but now he's kind of like not bored with it, but he's complacent with it. Like he's like, I don't want to take that class. I don't wanna. But that class is like a 3-year commitment, so he had no choice. Once he signed up for the class, he'd be in there until he passed it and get his, certificate, right? Um, but when every time somebody was working on my car, he was out there with them, like watching and looking and stuff. So I think he be pulling my leg a little bit, like acting like he not interested in it. But I think he's interested in auto mechanics. I just think it's just difficult. You know how when things get difficult, kids want to quit. So I think that's what he's going to get into, and I think he's also into other things. Like he's into psychology and philosophy and astrology. Um, so he's gonna have his hand in a whole lot of things, and he definitely loves money. So whatever he does, he's definitely gonna do something that's lucrative, you know. Um, if he doesn't, maybe he'll start off working at like a mechanic shop or a Jiffy Lube or something like that, or a car dealership or something to do with cars, and then like as his first job, or as a higher paying job, and then like maybe later on in life, because he plays video games constantly, he's either on YouTube watching YouTube creators that he likes. Not me, of course. He should subscribe though, and y'all should too. But he I always, since he's picked up his controller and since he learned how to play video games since he was very little, and he caught on to it so quick, you know, I could see him being a video game developer, making his own video games, testing video games, like IT, because sometimes I'll be on the struggle bus upstairs with technology and he'll hear me frustrated and he'll come up there and he'll be like, Mom, you gotta wait until this and then the light come on and and I'll be like, oh, okay, thank you. We'll just do it. I mean, sounds like my kid, but she did walk, finally went to junior, senior prom with a big group of friends. Yeah. But I don't think his friends are going to prom either. I think he's in that group of kids that, you know, don't go to prom, ain't got much school spirit. He's kind of like his mom. He's kind of an emo kid, kind of like, he's just a skater boy. You said see you later, boy. My kid is in her second year of college, getting her Jen as hopefully going to be a vet. Cool. That's so cool. Yeah, I was before my car had broke down, I was rescuing, animals and stuff, and riding around with pit bulls, going to McDonald's to get chicken nuggets. It was good times. But, my car played out so long that I just, I couldn't get there. Like I didn't have the independence to get there on call. Like I was on call to where if they were short staffed, then they would call me and then I would come over, walk dogs, feed dogs, clean cages, you know, whatever, run animal control, whatever, right? Or ride along with animal control when they had to go pick up dogs or cats. But, you know, because my car was out of commission for so long, I kind of lost that connection, and I didn't even go back because I was just like, I'm just like, shit, what if it happens again? And in a way, I kind of want to work like remotely too, because, I don't like people. I don't like being out in the world. It's not that I don't like people. I like people. It's just, I don't know. Like, I'd rather be here, smoke cigarettes. I don't know. I'm spoiled. I've been very blessed and I'm spoiled. And it's going to be a hard transitioning into the workforce again and the career scene. But in a way, I'm trying to like prove to myself that I can do it, like, or that I can still do it, or that, I don't know, that my brain can still learn something new. And I don't know. So. Our humane society is quitting working with the city now. Strays have nowhere to go. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, some of the strays and the dogs that I rescued, they look pretty rough and they're pretty skittish. Um, but at the facility that I was working at, the shelter, you know, they had really patient people that work there to like kind of, what do they call it when you socialize, like to re-socialize the animals, well, the dogs and the cats. Only one time I was there, I don't know if someone had like pet ferrets and they just let them out into the world and just took off and moved away or whatever. But I think it was like my first month there. Um we had a group of ferrets. And I was like, who I was like, you can have ferrets as pets? I guess you can. So, and ferrets are kind of like rabbits, they multiply. So eventually it was like 10, 15 ferrets. And I'm just like, oh God. But eventually they got transferred out, I guess, to a sanctuary or another place, or maybe somebody turned them into pets, or maybe they went to different, I don't know. But ferrets are crazy. They are fast. I think every city needs a no-kill shelter funded by the city and donations. Yeah. Yeah, that's what ours was, funded by donations, and they try to rehome, re-socialize, rehome the animals. But yeah. And then I was like, I was looking up other jobs too. I was looking up like, I could work at a dispensary, but then that would be like a drive because I think the only dispensary near Roanoke City is in Salem. So there's that, you know. But if any dispensary want to hire me, hit me up. If y'all listening in the Roanoke Valley area, or smoke shop, that'd be cool too. Even if it's like a tobacco store, I'll take that. Somewhere that's aware I'm not going to pass a drug test anytime soon. Oh, God. What are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do? The side of the cage. Oh, yeah. Well, ugh. The fish. I don't think I ever cleaned the ferret's cage. Did I clean the? No, I was always. See, I was like the rookie or the like, not intern. Well, I guess it kind of like an intern, but they always had me entertaining the ferrets. Like, play with the ferrets, Sierra. And it's more like, no, the ferrets are gonna play with me. Cause I mean, come on, guys. Like, picture me. Okay, I got my wig and a hair tie. And sometimes I didn't have it in a hair tie, but I'm in there with an old wig on, just like, what's up? And it's like getting jumped by little crawling ferrets. And they're fuzzy too. They're soft, but they smell funny. They smell funny and they're fast. They'd be cute and cuddly if they would just chill. Slow down, be a sloth. That's what I would tell the ferrets. Like, be a sloth. Hang, relax, chill, be limp. They didn't listen. They were on 10. It's like somebody gave the ferret caffeine. In the weasel family, yeah. Yeah, they're like with possums, I think. But they're cuter than possums, though. And they got this cute little face. But I don't know. I feel like those ferrets was laughing at me. I felt like they were like, oh, the black girl gonna come in here. Let's get her. Like they was all on the regulators. Mount up. I always felt like it was a setup when I went into the ferret enclosures. Which really wasn't an enclosure like a zoo type shit. It was like 4 cages stuck together to keep them all contained, but then, they would wash the cages and let them roam free in that one room, so it was a mess. And even that facility before it switched over to the newer place, without giving the name of the place, it was kind of a tight fit. And then when I got to the new place, I was like, man, we needed this place when we had the ferrets. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna eat some yogurt and knock out, smoke another cigarette and not go back to sleep or something. I don't know. I was up late. And my stomach hurts. I don't really want bacon and eggs, low-key. You're making some eggs and ham and cheese? Oh, look at you. And toast? Oh, look at you. I should make some bacon and eggs, but eh. Eh. The town I used to live in had a no-kill order, and the snow caved in the roof. Oh wow. No, I think ours was just too small for the capacity of animals we were receiving. So they had built a new place. Not far from the old place. You're thinking toast strudel? I don't think I have oatmeal though. Ugh. I should have got grits. I don't know why I always get I get oatmeal, and then I get burnt out of oatmeal. And then I'm just like, man, I should have got grits. Maybe I'll eat a Lunchable. You want to eat a Lunchable? Let's eat a Lunchable. Let's see how that's hitting. I got a Lunchable in here. We can do that on live because, you never know when I'm going to come back. I just be like, do I want to talk about that? No. Do I want to cover that? No. That's a great idea. I should do that. Monitor goes out. And maybe it's the Lord telling me that, I should just do it, off the cuff, unscripted. Like maybe that's a sign. Like I feel like I never get out of this. I guess that maybe that's the whole point of life. The whole point of life is learning, I guess. But I feel like I'm always in this state of figuring it out. Like I feel like my whole life I just been figuring it out. Like that might be the title of my autobiography. Cierra QueenPin Clark, just figuring it out. Because I'm always just figuring something the fuck out. It's like crazy. And I always feel late. Like I feel late to the party, late to the show, late to the festivities, you know? And plus I made a big bowl of chicken Alfredo. All that chicken Alfredo was busting last night. Oh my God. Every time I cook either spaghetti or like chicken Alfredo or bolognese or anything Italian, I'm thinking, man, I need to do a DNA test. I need to do a 23andMe, an ancestry or something. They can clone me. I don't care. I need to do something because I think I got some Italian. I my grandma was right. I think the Sicilian people is adjacent to blacks. Like I think we cousins. I think Sicilians is my cousins. Like I feel like, I mean, it's not, set in stone, but I've heard stories of, olive tone people, We're eating oven roasted turkey breasts, cheddar cheese, and wheat crackers. Maybe the wheat will help. The cheese won't, though. When I was listening to what was I listening to? YouTube Streets last night. They were laying it down. They were like, we don't give a fuck about no lawsuit. We don't give a fuck about Queen Bee's receipts. We don't care about that shit. It's not our fault. Queen Bee knows how to network. And I was like, oh shit. I only saw him one time when White Boy Radio was on the panel, but I was like, shit, it's real to the motherfucker over here. I said, maybe I should turn all my notifications on. Maybe I need to be in that chat more often. I mean, I wasn't in the chat, but I was listening, I was like, shit, it is comfortable over here. I feel like I'm amongst my people. And why is the turkey in the Lunchable always better than the turkey I buy in the pack? I think that, what is this? Hillshire Farm? Y'all don't use the same turkey. I'm questioning. Or maybe y'all cut it thinner or something. I don't know. But y'all need to make all the turkey the same. This is good. Was this oven roasted or is it honey? Yeah, oven roasted. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Delicious. Wonderful. Great. Lovely. Me just sitting on live saying verbs all day. People coming here and seeing what I'm talking about. All she said was lovely. Great. I wonder if my haters are watching right about now. Everybody say hi to the haters. I'm sure there's at least one or two in the bushes. You know? Are you on that channel? I've only been on there, like, I only watched them one other time. I've seen their clips, like their short form videos and stuff, but I've only been in the live stream one other time. And them boys real, man. They be laying it down. I can never pick out, like, I don't know, because if they're on the TV or on the phone or whatever, I don't know what, like, if they're using Restream or what, but their bubble doesn't move, so I don't never know who's talking, and that's probably good, because one of them voices on there last night, I was like, ooh, say something else. You know me, I was always trying to crack something. I always try to sniff something. I couldn't be an animal, y'all. It'd be too many of me. I'd be overpopulating the earth. I mean, I would do that as a human, but you know, life is expensive. I'm gonna be an old woman talking about, hey, young boy, hey, young man, in the nursing home flirting. And the cheddar cheese don't bite. I feel like me critiquing the Lunchable. I feel like Hillshire Farms, just for future references, in case y'all see this, y'all might be subscribed. I don't know. But I feel like y'all should have sharp cheddar in this. If y'all gonna do cheddar, turkey, and wheat, it should be sharp cheddar. Low key. Okay, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me getting flustered. Good. I'm glad somebody else heard what I heard. I was having a how can I put this? I'm gonna say it like my family would say it, because y'all don't want me to say it how I'm thinking it, because it's gonna be nasty. But I was having a juicy day yesterday, low-key. Low-key, a lot happens yesterday. And I started questioning everything I was doing. I was like, what perfume did I put on today? I was like, I just used I did switch my perfume. I did, because I found some perfume in my purse, and I said, oh, let me just spray this on. Rest of the day. Boy, I was pulling them. I don't know how far the wind go, but it seemed like every man in my vicinity was every man in my orbit was making me pause, like, wait a minute. Was making me go, it was crazy. Even when I went to Walmart, bro, I was in the middle of Walmart, and This old white man said hi to me. And I was like, I was getting out the car or something, or going to the car, and he was pushing his button and he was like, hey. And I was just like, hey, Pop Pop. Hey, Pop Pop, what's up? I was just like, what is going on? I was like, do I smell different? Like, is it maybe it's all because I have been drinking that pineapple and ginger juice. So maybe it's all the ginger and pineapple and turmeric. And, I've been into the cold pressed juices, the real juice. So maybe it's all that, maybe it's all. Sure, maybe I need to do more of. See, I'll be watching the Choro King, and maybe it's all them choro things is getting all the toxins out, all the heavy metals and stuff, and maybe my pheromones. Oh, we getting scientific. Maybe my pheromones is now at a peak, and when I put the perfume on, that just sent it to the next level, and now every white man in the store is like, hey, is that Juicy Couture, ma'am? Why, yes, it is. That Juicy Couture had it juicy, I'll tell you what. Hey, Juicy Couture, if you need anybody to do a commercial or, y'all want to sponsor me, Juicy Couture gets you juicy. I'm your girl. Sure, I think it was even at now I'm thinking about even at the post office, the man at the post office was like, he was acting mad cool. Like, when dudes act cool. He was like, all right, that's it. He was giving me the nod and shit. He had a little earring in his ear, red-headed fella. Little red hat. Looked like Carrot Top a little bit. But Carrot Top on steroids, you know what I mean? He was buff. He was bulked up. Looked like he played football and shit. He was like, all right, that's it. That's all you need. Anything else? Okay, here's your money order. Here's your receipt. You have a good day. I was like, okay, you have a good day too. I was like, wow, that's kept. Now, fair warning. What I'm about to say, I'm not psychic. Maybe I am. But Peach, I'm gonna roast the shit out of you if I get married before you. If I have another juicy day like yesterday where the men be flocking, I'm going to have 3 husbands before you even have one. And once I get me and my 3 husbands, we all 3 of us going to come on live and roast your ass. Or they going to sit back and listen and, rub my feet and rub my shoulders while I roast your ass. Because my God, the way it's coming, the way it's going, I might get a husband before she do. Because yesterday was juicy as hell. If y'all only knew. If y'all only knew. Now, how the juiciness went long distance, I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe it's an energetic thing. I need to research energy harvesting and stuff like that. I need to brush up on. I need to see how that works. Mm-hmm. I might already know how to do it, but I just ain't put 2 and 2 together. Sometimes you gotta have people lay it out for you. You gotta, What about 3 wives? Jenna said, not 3 wives. You mean 3 wives? Janice, baby, you already know. Janice, you wife number one. You got it. You got it. I ain't gonna fight you over that. You got it. Wife number one. Period. You would never have a bad day if Janice was in the mix. I tell you what. Janice came in clutch, boy. Oh. Oh, Janice is smooth, boy. Janice will laugh the panties right off of me. Just oh God, oh shit. I've always wanted to tell Janice that. You gonna laugh, you gonna hee hee ha, you gonna hee hee ha me right out of my drawers, girl. Lord. And a ring you'll actually wear. Right. I'll stack them up. You know, I get a little 3-stack ring for each husband or wife, Janice. You know, your little 3-stack. You know, I can only juggle 3 at a time because more than 3, that's too many ligaments in one mattress, and it's too much. It's too much. Maybe 4. Maybe 4. Because then it'll be even. You know, we can double date and shit. But not more than 4, you know, not more than 4. I can't do more than 4. It's too much. Hey. Sticky, you about to get in trouble. You already know. I ain't gonna say nothing, but you in trouble already, Sticky. You gonna hear about it later. You messed up, Sticky. Yeah, how are you, Mary Jane Doe? Are you good? Low-key, can we talk about it now that I done ate my Lunchable like a little toddler in kindergarten and preschool and shit. You know, it's a little lunch. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna word this. Well, I think I'll just word it like I normally would. I think I'll just not give a fuck. How about this? I love Team Rose. Let me start off with that. I love Team Rose. Death. To death. I'd probably take a bullet for Team Rose. I probably would. But, ooh, one of them days, I think it was last week or week before last. Oh, I almost went off on Team Rose. Oh, I almost ran off. I almost went smooth off. Team Rose almost got the smoke. Not on live, like personally, like, you know. But, you know, I've realized, you know, let's bring it back a notch. Let's play the tape all the way out. Like allegedly speculating should have did, you know. But I almost took it there. I almost did. Because, you know, I mean, maybe people know that I'm closer to Sassy than I am Mary Jane Doe, so they know not to play with that. But Rose, if it was a rant about anybody else, I don't know. I just don't. I got friends that don't like each other, but I don't. I mean, real life friends that don't like each other, right? I don't, or I got a friend, like what I'm trying to say is I don't, if I want to complain to somebody about somebody else, I don't go to someone who like that person, who is cool with, you know what I mean? Like I hate bond with mutual people that hate bond the same person. You know what I mean? Like I don't go out my way to let my friend know that her fucked up friend is getting on my nerve. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Thank you, Janice. Thank you. Welcome to Miami. But yeah, thank you, Janice. That's sweet. You know, I try not to focus on, I think this is the longest time I've been single, but you know, I was in a relationship off and on for about 10 years. And shout out to Scott, I guess. And you know, I imagine it's gonna take 10 years, hopefully not, before I see a love like that again. But that don't mean it gotta take 10 years for somebody to bend this ass over. I'm just saying. Shit. The fuck going on? Over here stirring juices and saying hi to me and being all gentlemanly and shit. Bend it over. I'm tired of this. Shit, you better put my legs up while you still can't. Let me shut up. Girl, like I am 40. Let's it together. Like, I know, maybe God trying to teach me something. I don't know. Y'all want to go upstairs and smoke some weed about it? Let's go. Therapy session. Let's go. I don't even want the yogurt now. Fuck that yogurt. I'll eat that shit when the lights come. Fuck that yogurt. And I do have to report, I think I'm losing weight, y'all. I think them GPL ones, whatever, GPL, G-Chat, GBT, whatever, them AI shots for weight loss and diabetes, I think this shit working. Because my shit loose. These shorts used to be tight. This shit was loose. This shit will fall down if I'm not careful going up the steps. This shit will fall down. I'll be up here bare-assed, holding my shorts by my ankles. Let me get another water. I don't think I got one cold one in there. I'll just drink the warm one that's up there. But my God, I think I'm losing weight. I'm starting to see like my ab indentions again. You know? Whatever they call my abdominal muscles. Ooh, I'm goofy. But it's amazing I be smoking weed like that. Like, I'm already goofy. Y'all ever thought about that? Like, damn, Cierra just adds more goofy on top of goofy? Yup, show him. Just whatever the sound goofy make. Let's travel. Because I want to put my legs up now that we're talking about putting my legs up. But maybe it's me. Maybe it's self-sabotage, you know? Because every time it comes down, not every time, but not here lately, but I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like cautious. Yeah, cautious is the word. Because they got new STDs and stuff going around, and I don't want no parts. And I'd be real selective and cautious, and sometime when it get down to the nitty gritty, I know it's gonna be lit, it's gonna be popping, it's gonna be all that in a bag of chips. But I just be ignoring the message. Just go to sleep. Do something else. Cook something, eat something, do something. You know? So I guess it's not really a dry spell because, you know, I could have chose to wet that shit up at any moment. I'm so y'all gonna hear my Mary Jane Doe, put the copyright thing in the chat. Or whoever. Because my TV ain't muted. It's running Bible verses. I don't know if the Bible is copywritten, but run that. Thank you in advance. Lighting this candle. I got my Febreze and stuff. My Febreze home thing. And all my plugins in the house. Oh, it smells like me again. Still no sage, though. Still no sage. Still up here, you know, sleeping with my demons and stuff. You know, fighting the shit. Sometimes they give me a break, though. Wait, where y'all at? Sometimes they give me a break, though. I slept good last night. I slept real good. Surprisingly. And I thought like I was gonna wake up and be all like pissed off. But I wasn't. I was just kind of like, oh well, I didn't feel like thumb wrestling anyway. You know? Like, fuck it. That was an inside joke between me and Sharon. Don't try to figure it out. Thank you, Mary Jane Doe. Weight loss is healthy, but not necessary. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the goal, like, you know, to stay healthy. Hold on. Mama's got to find her Zoloft. I've been on the Zoloft for like 20 years. And I'm not catching a headache for y'all. I mean, that's not happening. Hold on, let me put y'all right here. Yeah, let's do that. Can y'all see me? Do I look crazy? Let's see. Hi! I still have my wig on. Okay, Zoloft. I haven't loaded my pill box with all my vitamins, so I'm out of sorts. And now I'm looking for high blood pressure medication just in case Mary Jane Doe stressed me out today. I'm kidding, Mary Jane Doe. I can't see. I got so much hair stuff in here. I had it all organized, but as y'all know, this thing just falls out. So it could have rolled somewhere. Okay, let's take the whole drawer out. I literally have the whole drawer out. Where y'all at? Okay. I literally have the whole drawer out. I look crazy. I mean, I could fill up my pill box, but there's not enough coffee in the world for that. Okay, let's move all my brushes and hair products out the way so I can find this high blood pressure medicine that's elusive. All my vitamins, dang. But some of these vitamins I don't even take. Because they like, I don't know. I found it. Whoop, 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 whoop. I had got these one vitamins from the TikTok. Was it TikTok or Tamur? I think it was the TikTok shop. I don't know. They just. It's not that they clash with something, but they made me feel weird. They made me feel really weird. The probiotic, prebiotic, cranberry, and demannitose, they made me feel weird. They're supposed to have been good for, like, you know, coochie health and all that shit. Because, you know, I gotta keep this, I gotta keep this $1 million coochie up to par, baby. I'm gonna be 90 years old with the best, I'm gonna be 100 years old with the best vagina in the world. You hear that, Stiggy? Stiggy will be a robot by then. I'll never get my chance. Aww. Oh, thank you, Stiggy. Hey, the Most High just made me that way. Source made me that way. God made me that way. You know? Now, my parents, I picked them. I definitely, somewhere, I don't know how the process happened, but I definitely picked the parents I had because my parents were cool. Non-problematic. I mean, if you go back in time and you time travel and you ask young Cierra, you know, she might have a little complaints. But looking back, you know, they were cool, you know, they were cooler than most. You know? Shit. After hearing, you know, what Elevated Truth had been through, I'm blessed. I didn't have to deal with any of those problems. I couldn't even imagine. You know? And thank God when I finally got, you know, when I was working at the trap, thank God those guys knew that I was sheltered, you know? And I didn't see too much. I saw enough. But, you know. Where's my little... I have this little container that I stick my res in, but I cannot locate it. Ugh. That was cute. That was cute. A lot of women would love to take you. You have a very beautiful way about yourself. Aww. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that from a woman or two. They really say, Stiggy, I got a story for you. I got a lesbian story for you, okay? Exclusive. QueenPin exclusive. I don't think I've ever told this story online. Ever. In life. But I'm gonna tell you, Stiggy. Once upon a time. No, seriously. Once upon a time. My best friend's little brother was having his 30th birthday party. And it was him, the little brother, which at the time it was like our little brother, you know, and two of his friends, and they brought a girl with them, right? And you know, we was on some hippie shit, you know about that, Stiggy. Free love, no war, you know. We was on some free love type shit, you know. Turn off the lights, light a candle. We was on some freak shit, right? And the boys had all went to Walmart or somewhere to go get some beer, and get some drinks or whatever, and some chips or snacks or whatever. Because I was like, y'all ain't eating all my baby snacks, being extra black. Okay. And they left the girl with me. They left the girl at the house with me. So me and the girl chilling, smoking a blunt. And and she, we was already involved. So me and her got involved. Okay, keeping it YouTube friendly. So me and her going at it. And at some point I come up for air. I'm speaking Janice language. Janice know what I'm talking about. I come up for air, right? Because sometimes you need air, right, Janice? And when I come up for air, right, she, of course, she's in a birthday suit. And she grabs my face and she's just like, I just want to stay here with you. I would just stay here with you forever. And I thought to myself, I was like, damn, shawty. I was like, damn, I thought this was just an extravaganza. I thought we was just having fun, baby. But she was dead ass. She was dead ass. And then eventually, I had to get back to real life. I couldn't party, the rest of the time, right? I let it go for like 1 week. And then I had to get back to stability because Zion was little then, right? So I was like, yeah, y'all gotta get the fuck out of the house. I gotta get back to normal. I got shit to do. At the time, I was going through, a lot of therapy for PTSD and things. So I was like, I got shit to do. I got appointments and shit. I got things I gotta do. And plus, I just wanted some alone time. Like I was so used to being alone that when I had a house full of people and different dynamics, it challenged my patience. That's a nice way to say it was getting on my nerves. She wasn't getting on my nerves. It was just, 3 guys and a little one and a girl and myself. That's a lot of mouths to feed. I did it for a week, but couldn't do it forever. So I was like, y'all gotta hit the road. That girl looked so sad when she had to go, when she had to leave with them. She looked so sad. I don't know where she at now. But, I don't spin the block, so. Have I spent the block? No. No, I have never spent the block. I've been off and on with people, like break up, some residual feelings, try to work it out, split up again, keep trying to work it out, off and on. Kind of like how Dolly and Jimmy was in the beginning, right? Off and on. But no, I ain't never spin the block. I ain't never come back around and say, yeah, let me see if this will work out again 10 years later. No, I ain't never done that. Because you're absolutely sure a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, that I wouldn't be surprised, And I tell you what, I got another story for you, Janice. Janice getting all the stories today. I got another story for you. One time, it was the first few times. I don't know if it was like the third time at the gay club or the first time, but it was like I was a rookie. Like I didn't know nobody there. I was just going there to hang out, because I heard it was a cool place. And my friend, this black girl who was my friend, she was like, yeah, it's really cool there. It's really laid back. You should go. And, and you might find somebody you like. I was like, okay, cool, I'll go. Shit, I like girls too, whatever. And so I went, and then I remember the first time, my first impression when I went to the gay club, I was like, "Oh, this shit's gay." I was like, "This shit is gay," you know. But then after a while, I was like, I didn't want to be nowhere else, right? So early on, uh, I was hanging out with this one chick who had approached me, and she was popular on MySpace, and she had internet popularity and all this shit, right? And I was sitting up on the sink in the women's bathroom. I was sitting on the sink waiting for her to get out the bathroom because we was going, I was gonna leave with her, and we was gonna go to her crib, or I was gonna drive us or follow them to her place. And we was gonna smoke and chill, listen to music and kick it because it was about to be last call or whatever. So this older woman is in the stall next to the girl I'm leaving with. And me and the girl that I'm leaving with, we're not even a couple. We just, friends kicking it, smoke buddies. And this lady in this stall, I used to work with her. Like back when I was working at Walmart. Like she used to work, I think she worked like either day shift or night shift or something. Either way, when I was clocking in, she was always clocking out. Okay. And because we were at work, she never gave me the feeling of she thought I was cute or anything. She was very like straight faced about it. Like, I mean, we would cut up a little bit at work, but it was like surface level. It never was that sticky. I kid you not. I'm sitting on the sink. My homegirl comes out. Well, later on, my homegirl turned out to be my girlfriend, but that's another story. So the homegirl come out the stall. She's washing her hands, and then the older lady that I used to work with, she come out, and I'm sitting on the sink, and the sink that she got to use is right beside me. And I think we was dancing, like this is many blunts ago, okay? So the story is a little choppy in my brain. But I think earlier in the night we were dancing, on the dance floor, hunching and stuff. Dry humping, dirty dancing, swerving, getting down with the get down. Because the gay club is very free, right? So when I got to the sink, I saw her again, right? And we were face to face because on the dance floor, I think she was behind me or something. Yeah, she was behind me. So I was throwing it back, basically. And so I never got to see her face to realize this is the lady I used to work at Walmart with. So when she saw me and she came out the stall and she was washing her hands, and she was like, after she dried her hands, she did a 3-point turn, and she stood right. I was sitting on the sink, and she stood right in between my legs. Big stocky girl, not big, but stocky. Big bad butch. And she was standing right in between my lap, right? And I was being nice. I was being cordial. I'm always smiling. Even if I don't like somebody, I'm smiling. Like, oh, yeah, hey, I'm very like cheesy, smiling, right? So I'm smiling, and I remember looking at the homegirl, and the homegirl giving me a look like, girl, she like you, like kind of look, right? And as soon as I avert my attention from my homegirl, this older woman land a kiss on me. I wasn't ready. I was not, Janice, I wasn't ready. Oh my God, be still my heart. Like, it was so much passion and sincerity and genuineness in that kiss. I wish I could have bottled it up and sold it. Like, you know, I don't think anyone has ever kissed me like that older lady at the gay club ever in life. No man, no woman, no girlfriend, no boyfriend, no nothing. No baby daddy, nothing. Nothing. That was probably the best kiss of my life. But I just didn't know how to take it because she was older. And I was just like, and low key, I was trying to crack. I was trying to smash homegirl. So my attention, I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this, and I couldn't. I didn't have the ability I have now to balance two entities at once. I didn't have that skill set, so I was kind of like, whoa, pause. Are we leaving yet? I was like ready to go smoke, ready to go, you know, chill with old girl. But yeah, so just because, someone is older, young lesbians of the world, does not mean they can't get it juicy. Just know that. Just know that I know. Know that I know how smooth it gets, Janice. Aww. I know, Janice. You got to leave me some stories. Or maybe we should have like a live story time. Maybe we can get you, me, Lionel on panel, and we can just tell, or y'all can tell y'all's gay stories since I just told mine. Y'all can tell some good stories. Because I bet y'all have better stories than I do. Shit, I think I was only. I mean, I could hang out at the gay club now, but I don't for whatever reason. I think I was hanging around there for about a year or two, three, a year, two. I don't know. Don't seem like it was that long. She brought you out. I'm a pretty good kisser. I've been told. I remember age is just a number. Yup, that's right. Man, I don't know, Sticky. I don't know. Sometimes I doubt the boss nature. But that looking back, you know, let's see, how old was I then? Did I have my son? No, I wasn't. No, I hadn't had my son yet. I hadn't had my son yet. I wasn't. I don't even think I was pregnant because this was like I had my son at 08. So this had to be like 07, 06. And so I had to be like 22. See, I ain't know nothing. 22, I ain't know nothing. I ain't know shit at 22. But at 40, whoo. If I could look back, if I was smart, and some people just are smart in navigating life, like they know when to zig and zag and all that shit, right, Jimmy? Um, and looking back, if I would have went home with the older woman instead of going to go smoke with the other one, shit, I might have been up here coming as a kept woman. That lady would have married me the way she was kissing, You seasoned, yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, she was seasoned too. Yeah, she knew what she was doing. She definitely knew what she was doing, and she was comfortable because any other woman who would have done that, I think I would have been like, "What are you doing?" I mean, other than my homegirl who I was already attracted to, I mean, that's why we were going to hang out in the first place. Um, but any other woman in the club that night, I don't know if I would have had that reaction. Cause I was just sitting there just chilling, and next thing you I know, shoot, Meemaw is tonguing me down, bruh. But I don't even think it was that much of an age gap. I mean, just because she had gray hair don't mean she was. I'm just assuming she was older. She could have just dyed her hair gray for real. She didn't like look old in the face or anything. I mean, I don't think nobody do for real. Not nowadays. Maybe like back in my grandma time. But shit, even my grandma, she didn't look like she was her age either. So I don't know. It's something in the food that's preserving us. Hmm. That might be a new conspiracy theory. Are they trying to preserve us to live forever? And our bodies have to adjust to it? Da-da-da, da-da-da. Oh, I forgot to say, fire in the hole. Smoke them if you got them. I've already done it, so I hope y'all are partaking. Women like you. Yeah, but the men are not. I think I think men like me because I understand their nature. Like I understand their thought process, and low key I think they like cuz they like me cuz bitches like me. And they like shit, if Sierra going to be there, bitches going to be there. And if bitches going to be there, we all get laid. So, I feel like I'm the bait sometimes. When I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Y'all sent me, y'all knew I was gonna come up here and do this. Right, yeah. Of course. Of course, foreplay. But it was just I don't know, cause if you like if you was deep in the gay scene like I was, like every woman I got with wasn't like them studs, them black butches, them studs. If you know, you know them studs. They don't do too much kissing. They don't do too much foreplay or leading up to. They very much, you know, rubbing and touching and rubbing and touching and talking shit in your ear, but they don't it's not feminine like that with them. So maybe that's why I was caught off guard because she was her attire she presented visually as a butch, and I don't know. I was thinking she was about to ask me for some dope or something. I thought she was gonna ask me for a 7.5 of weed or something. You know what I mean? Not to tell my business, but you know what I'm saying. Like I thought she wanted me to spot or something. Oh shit! But now, hey Buffy, what up? Just a little smoke sash. But I can't front though. Like a lot of my game when it comes to the lesbian side of things or the bisexual side or whatever you want to call it, right? When it's a woman on woman encounter, I think a lot of my flirtatious prowess, my technique of running game, right? My throwing a line out there, you know? I think all that finessing I get from my father. I don't know. I just feel that, I don't know. Call me crazy. Maybe I have daddy issues. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist or therapist or none of that. Maybe somebody who is in that can leave me a comment and let me know what's wrong with me. But I feel like in the act of running game or putting the moves on a woman or flirting or engaging in conversation, I feel like, because I got that dog in me. So I feel like when those things happen, I feel like there's a small percentage of me that my father vicariously lives through. And it's almost like I mimic or say or do what I think he would say or do, or maybe his vibe a little bit. Because I kind of grew up watching him banter with, waitresses and stuff, and working at truck stop, and I think I picked on some of it. Like I picked up some cues or something, because I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like when I'm getting ready to approach a woman, it's like, now's my time to shine. It's like that. Y'all think going live is like, oh, Sierra's up there like, give them the old razzle dazzle them. No. You think it's is the show must go on? No. When I'm in the trenches trying to get that cooter box or the peen, not the peen, but the peen just easy. Peen just fall in my lap. But with women, you gotta try. You gotta put in effort. When I put in the effort and I lock in, something ancestral comes up. Something I have inherited takes over. It's like the Clark come out. Like, oh, hey, I'm gonna shout. You know what I mean? It's like, true. That's just me. Yeah. Well, like I've been with like some black studs, and they act like a dude in all aspects. But even a dude will like kiss, like this one stud I was with, and she know who she is if she listens. She know, hey girl, it's showtime. She didn't really kiss. And maybe, well, it could have been, I realized this too. Not everybody's a smoker. So if I've been at the club all night, or we've been out all day and I've been puffing on cigarettes and blunts and shit, you know, not to say I don't have gum or mints or a spare toothbrush in my purse, because I do, and oral hygiene is very important to me. But I'm saying there's a difference. And I'm saying that, if you're not used to it, it could feel like you're kissing Snoop Dogg. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Uncle Snoop. Well, I'm putting Vaseline on my lips, so y'all know what that means. It's about time for my Jerry's final thoughts. And here it is. First final thought. true crime community, don't be suckers all the time. Y'all can't be a sucker in every case. Don't be so gullible. Don't believe everything the people involved in these cases. Everybody a suspect until the case is solved. Especially if it's a missing persons case. So don't be a sucker. That's all. Just don't be a sucker. Just keep an objective mind frame. Be objective. That's what I'm saying. Be objective. Don't let people take you for a ride on a narrative. We supposed to be in the trenches of true crime. We supposed to be what the detectives and the police officers and the major podcasters. We're supposed to be the community that they come to see what the streets talking about, to see what's really going on, to get a clue or a hint, or we supposed to know what's up. We supposed to tell them where to go or who might know what and help out. Not hinder, not, not muffle up misinformation and pick sides and build a false narrative and a false facade. We ain't supposed to do all that. Sexually harass creators. Shit. Now that I think about it, I feel disrespected. Chris and Katie ain't flirting. That's fucked up. And shit, if you gonna flirt with just any old body, that's a YouTuber. The fuck? I hate to make this about me, but shit, I would have got some answers. I mean, I think Truth got some answers too, but he might didn't say it as plainly as I would, but I feel offended. So there's that. And yeah, don't be suckers, And another thing I want to say to the true crime community: stop running these cases like reruns of your own show starring you. It's like I sometimes I wonder, creators like Dolly Vision, do they like put all the names? They put like Sebastian Rogers case, Summer Wells case, Michael Monkey Vaughn, Jack and Lily. Do they put all the names in the hat and just shake up the hat and then just pick two or pick one, and that's what you do today? It's like I'm watching reruns of the same thing. Nothing new to say, no new points, no breaking news, nothing. Just different angles of the same speculation. Why is the true crime community getting played like it? Like, y'all letting other creators play y'all's intelligence, and y'all letting the families of the victims play with y'all intelligence. What? To get a bag? Oh, y'all must not be good at math. That's why y'all didn't chose to sell dope, because that would have been more lucrative than this. Any hoodles. I didn't talk entirely too much. I did too much. So, in conclusion, let's be more mindful in this community. Let's have more discernment, more moral fiber. not moral authority, moral fiber. We have too much moral authority. The queen pin has spoken. Until the next time, or the next time I got something to say about anything I want to fucking talk about, you know what I always say. I holla. Dubai. Bye, Janice. Bye, Mary Jane Doe. Bye, y'all.